Hello dear students. So in previous video I explained about types of element present in the periodic table. These are generally categorized in the 4 different types, that is representative elements, which is S and P block element also called representative elements, then transition, especially D block element called transition element, and inner transition element, those are F block element which is present inside the D block from 56. Here you can see 57 to 71, and inner transition actinium series 89 to 103. Okay, from 57 to La to Lu and Ac to Lr. Okay. So first we are explaining learning about representative elements, so that to the different name I have told. So come to the main characteristics. Okay, main characteristics. Students, again I am saying, just remember their name. These are called alkali metals. First group 1 is called alkali metals, and group 2 alkaline earth metals. Similarly the other names, boron family, carbon family, you know. So what are the main characteristics? They include both metal and non-metals. Students, you know, group 1 and group 2, group 1 and 2 are the metals. Okay, and P block are generally non-metals. Okay, some metalloids also there. Okay, so here you can see that main characteristics of representative element is that they include both metal non-metals. There is a regular gradation from metallic to non-metallic character as move left to right across the period. You know, from left to right means, if once I will show you the periodic table, it will be very easier to understand. Here you can see representative element. This is also representative element. So only think about representative element. Lithium, beryllium are metal. Now come to boron. Boron is a metalloid. Okay, carbon, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen are the non-metals. Fluorine, neon also non-metals. These all are the non-metals. Okay, there is the color has given here, which is metal, metalloids, non-metal. So from metal, then metalloid, then non-metal. Means in periodic table you can see there is a transition from metal, then metalloid means, which is a characteristics of metal and non-metal, means it one transition type happens. Okay, from metal to metalloid to non-metal. Okay, like this way it is proceeding from left to right in a period, and period means, you know, left to right. Okay, and row and group means above below. Okay, so that you must remember, means columns, and periods means rows. Okay, now second point, they form electrovalent as well as covalent compound with non-metals. Okay, they form electrovalent. Student, electrochemical bonding, you have the knowledge of electrovalent and covalent. Covalent means sharing of electron, which formed by the non-metals generally. A non-metal will form with another non-metal, covalent bond, and electrovalent bond between a metal and a non-metal. Okay, so left side there is the metals, they will form electrovalent. Okay, as well as they will form covalent because non-metal also present there. Now third, metallic nature increases moving down any of these 7 group. Okay, students, periodically metallic character will increase or decrease, that you already know, that periodic properties, in periodic properties of the elements, how their electronegativity, what the characteristics, ionization potential, and electronegativity, metallic character, non-metallic character, acidity, basicity. So these all are the characteristics of a element. Okay, a element is a acidic or basic or metallic or higher electronegative or lower electronegative. Okay, that periodic, that properties will variation, you know, periodic table based elements present in the periodic table, they are having a simple relation between them of all these properties. Okay, suppose you are comparing all these electronegativity, and you can say that they are ionization energy or metallic character of carbon with lithium. Okay, lithium or carbon, you are comparing with these two, all these characteristics you are comparing, these properties you compare with lithium and carbon, you can compare. Okay, no problem. because periodic table is only for that, that all elements present in the nature, in the universe, arranged in proper way that we can easily catch them, we can easily catch their properties, their characteristics. Then so we can prepare the compounds. As first so you have to know the characteristics of the particular element, then you form the compounds, and all means the compound present in the universe. Okay, and everything there is the compound, all are the from simple compound to complex compound, what the we are eating, they all are the complex compound. Okay, so that is the thing. So now coming to the third point, metallic nature increases moving down any group. Okay, metals which are good conductor of heat and electricity are present group 1 and 2. Non-metal present group 16 and 17 are poor conductor of heat and electricity. Okay, generally you know metals are good conductor of electricity and non-metals are pure. Don't think that only 16 and 17 mentioned. 16 and 17 are the extremely non-metal, you can say. Okay, before that 14 12 13 14 also quite they have the properties of non-metal. Okay, some heavier element like lead, tin exhibit variable valency. Yes, not only lead and tin. When you learn, we learn the d block element means transition element, they also they are having the quality to show the variable valency. And here as we are talking about representative elements, so their tin and lead exhibit variable valency. As they are heavier metal, they can show, they have lots of electron. Okay, their atomic number is high, so they can show the variable valency. Okay, it can't happen for the lower atomic number elements. Okay, for heavier elements they can show variable valency. Now come to the transition element, d block element from group 3 to group 12. Main characteristics, all these elements are metals, high melting point, boiling point. As they are metals, so high melting, boiling point, they are good conductor of heat. As they are metals, so good conductor of heat, electricity. So students, if you read, you just keep a table beside you, periodic table xerox, and you just read these things. Okay, prepare a note in your copy. These are very means you need to remember these things. Okay, these are very easy and you need to remember these things. Okay, and now most of the elements are used as catalyst, most of the element exhibit variable valency, most of the element from color ion and color compound. Okay, because students, color compound, color ion, because they are, a transition happens, electronic transition happens between the d block on in the d block element. D block element, they have D cell means SP, D cell is filling, so that DD transition happens, DD transition, and that DD transition, the when the DD transition takes place, electronic transition happens, that the light ray will come, that is comes in the visible range. Visible range, you know, you will learn in physics, 400 to 800 nanometer is our visible range. Okay, if any light ray, any color between these two 400 to 800 nanometer, their frequency we can watch in our eye, otherwise we can't watch. Okay, that's why in night we can't watch. Okay, but cats, dogs, they can watch because they have, they can sense below 400 or upper 800 type of nanometer type of rays. Okay, so DD transition is colorful because they, it is falling in the transition on that range. That's why colored ion, color compound is there. Okay, so D block is very interesting chapter. D block elements are very interesting. Chemistry of D block element you will learn in senior class. Okay, so now as per your class you have to learn. Now inner transition F block element, they are 6th and 7th period, you know. They are heavy metal, high boiling. So these all are metals, transition elements, a transition and inner transition element, you must remember. They show variable valency, they form color ion. The actinides are all radioactive element. Okay, some are not found in the nature, they are made in laboratory. Okay, they will made artificially in laboratory. Okay, actinides. Lanthanides, some are present in the nature and some are radioactive, but actinides means from 89 to 103. Okay, so that is totally all are the radioactive. Okay, Now coming to the inert gas. So uranium is also a actinide, you know, 93 or 94 its atomic number, you can check that. That's why that is radioactive, used in the radioactive purpose. Okay, nuclear reactor, it is to produce the energy, thermal nuclear energy. Okay, nuclear power plant, that nuclear power plant is main base. What is its fuel? That is uranium. Uranium is actinide. That's why, and radioactive elements are very harmful. Okay, means they are special suits also you have to wear to touch that. Otherwise, the radioactive, you know, just like X-ray, that invisible radiation will come from it, which will harm the cells or tissues of our body. Okay. So inert gases, elements of zero group which is 18th vertical column are known as inert gas or noble gas. They have 8 electron in their outermost orbit. They do not react with other elements and are therefore inert. Okay. So now come to the bridge elements. Students, there is a simple relationship between group period 2 and period 3 elements diagonally, that is called bridge elements. Okay, diagonal elements. So they are called like lithium. See, period 2 lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon. Okay, period 3 sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon. So that diagonal relationship. Okay. Now typical element group 3 element period 3 third period element are called typical element because they summarize property of their respective group. Why, students, they summarize means here you can see all three, sodium, magnesium, aluminum. Okay, they will summarize their property because they are their characteristics will shown. Okay. Okay, third period elements summarize property of their respective group, and that's why they are typical element. Okay, means the properties of their group depend, generally these elements found more in nature, so their characteristics is shown all other elements. Okay, that's why they are called typical element. Merits of modern periodic table, you know, what the drawback of modern Mendeleev periodic table not present here. Okay, it is based on atomic number, which is better fundamental property than atomic mass. And second, position of element related to is related to its electronic configuration. It show regular change of property of element moving across periods or down the group. Okay, means actual periodicity is followed in this case. Okay, modern periodic table easier to remember, understand and reproduce. Okay, easier to remember, it's there is no problem. Atomic mass is very haphazard thing because point is value is there, and atomic number is very easy, one by one it is increasing its electron according to its electronic configuration. All elements are present, so there is a no problem, very simplest thing. But if it is atomic mass, how could you remember that all atomic mass? So how could you remember their valency? Okay, here there is a proper relation. Okay, as you can remember the atomic number, you can remember their electronic configuration, then you can remember their valency, then you can as you know their valency, so you can say they are metallic or non-metallic. Okay, so there is a proper relation, you can easily, means if you learn all the terms, all the properties or as well. Okay, in class 10 you will learn the properties also, the electronegativity and all other ionization energy, that all that you can then easily you can properly make a relation between the elements. Okay, that how easy it. So but there is some defects also, defects are not so hard defects. Okay, very, means position of hydrogen, again the position of hydrogen is not satisfactory because it relate to both group 1 and group 17. Okay, because hydrogen has the similar properties, can put them in the halogen series. Halogen means chlorine, fluorine, bromine, iodine, or you can, hydrogen has the another some properties which can fix it to present in lithium, beryllium, that group, hydrogen, lithium. So actually it is present in the group 1. Okay, lithium, but there is also a contrary. Okay, regarding the place of hydrogen. And similarly it fails to accommodate inert transition metals, because student, you know, inert transition metals are present at the below, you can see here these are the inner transition metals, okay, present below. They are not properly fixed inside the group because it will change the shape of the periodic table and it will look awkward, okay, that's why. So student, that's all. General trend in modern periodic table I will explain in next video.